Hello, welcome back to the Breaking News Update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you're watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got a breaking news report coming out from the United States, and we're going to talk about U.S. President Donald Trump in today's video also. And the topic for discussion is going to be the ceasefire deal between Russia and Ukraine in this war. So I have another update for you guys, and we're going to talk about Trump. As earlier this morning, we heard from the U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio that the U.S. administration was thinking about pulling away from any peace efforts to try to broker a ceasefire deal in this war if they happen to see that there's no real progress being made from either side. So we keep hearing about that the Trump administration might pull out. And now I want to show you guys a direct response from U.S. President Donald Trump as he was speaking to reporters today at the White House and responding to U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio's comments. So take a look at your screen here. Trump says U.S. could walk away from Russia-Ukraine ceasefire deal. Speaking to reporters in the White House, the U.S. president said he did not want to abandon the negotiations, but would take a pass if parties make it difficult to reach an agreement. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a quick clip coming out from U.S. President Donald Trump. But before we do that, I want to show you this real quick from Politico today. Trump says U.S. could walk away from Russia-Ukraine war deal. The president also refused to commit to continued support for Ukraine's military if that came to pass. So I thought that was interesting. So looks like the U.S. will most likely not continue support to Ukraine if they happen to walk away from any peace efforts to try to broker a deal to end this war. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. We're not going to go over this article, but I will cite it down below in the description for you guys because it's basically going to talk about the same thing that the video coming out here on X that I have for you will already show you. Okay, so let's jump on over here with Anton Gerashenko on X. President Trump confirmed Secretary Rubio's statement that the United States will move on if the ceasefire is not reached quickly. If for some reason one of the parties makes it very difficult, we're just going to say, you're foolish, you fools, you horrible people, and we're going to just take a pass. But hopefully we won't have to do that. So it's interesting they're saying they'll take a pass. So again, the Trump administration not really saying that they're going to completely walk away from negotiations, but they're going to at least take a pass. Maybe they'll take a break. Don't really know what's going to happen here, but I'm curious to see how it will play out. So mainly I just want to show you guys what Donald Trump has to say in this statement. It's about a minute and a half, so go ahead and take a look at what he has to say.
Secretary Rubio said that the U.S. will have to figure out whether a deal can be done between Russia and Ukraine in a matter of days, or you will just move on.
Yeah, very short.
How many days is that?
No specific number of days, but quickly. We want to get it done. We're talking about here people dying. We're talking about over there people are dying also, like on average 2,500 young people, soldiers. They're not from America. They're not from anywhere else other than Ukraine and Russia. But we want to save these lives. So it's 2,500 a week are being killed in battle. It's a vicious battle with the best equipment, the best everything, and it is brutal. 2,500 young people a week. Some of them not so young, actually. They're getting older. They're getting older by the month. But 2,500 a week, and we're going to get it stopped ideally. Now, if for some reason one of the two parties makes it very difficult, we're just going to say you're foolish, you're fools, you're horrible people, and we're going to just take a pass. But hopefully we won't have to do that. And Marco is right in saying we want to see it end. Think of it. Every day, a lot of people are being killed as we talk about, as they play games. So we're not gonna take that, and we'll see. I think we have a good chance of solving the problem, however.
Are you prepared to walk away completely from these efforts and these talks?
Well, I don't want to say that, but we want to see it end.
Okay, so you can see right there in the very end, Donald Trump says that they may not completely walk away from any efforts to try to end this war, but at least maybe temporarily they might take a pause. We'll see what happens. He talks about several things here, the 2,500 soldiers that are dying every week, whether it be on the Russian side or the Ukrainian side. So that's obviously not a good thing, right? There's lots of people losing their lives that probably shouldn't be in a war that maybe should have never began, but it did because Russia attacked Ukraine to begin with. And he also mentions that could either side. Would a certain party maybe prolong the negotiations or make it very difficult to end this war? So I wonder if what he's stating there is that one side might actually be to blame here very soon, whether that be Russia or Ukraine. And I think it could negatively impact the war depending on how the U.S. reacts to it. Does the U.S. flip the script on Russia, all of a sudden slam Russia with sanctions if it happens to be Russia doing that? Or if it's going to be Ukraine that they claim is dragging this out and making it difficult to end this war, how are they going to respond to Ukraine? I mean, we're already starting to see that U.S. military support is slowing down, if not stopped. We heard that from Zelensky just in the last 24 to 48 hours. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here. I just wanted to show you guys the statement coming out from U.S. President Donald Trump today. So it does look like they're going to try to push hard to end this war. And if not, maybe they'll take a pause. Maybe they'll jump out completely. Maybe come back in later. We don't really know what's going to happen yet. But this next week of negotiation is going to be very interesting. And I'm curious to see how it's going to play out. So you guys let me know what you think down in the comment section. That's going to be it for today's update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.